so the first part that I want to talk about then for that question is the genre of my film. So the genre of my film is actually a coming-of-age skater movie, which I feel like is not done a lot nowadays. You typically see a lot of Netflix coming-of-age movies, which typically don't turn out too well. They have very low budgets, and they just aren't all that great once they come out. So I really wanted to challenge that and try to create something that was new and innovative by taking some from old films from that genre and putting it with something of my own to make it its new thing. So like a lot of examples that I tried to pull from were like Lords of Dogtown, which I freaking love that movie. It's like one of the best movies. It's about these like skaters and how skating came about, how they used to skate in pools, and it's like a coming of age movie at the same time. It's like perfect. It's like the perfect movie. But with that, I also wanted to add a new element to it, and I wanted to focus a lot on visuals. So a lot of those kind of movies just kind of film it as like a time period like piece, because Lords of Dogtown is set in like the 70s, 60s, 70s, late 50s. There's like, you see it through the costuming, but you don't see it a lot through camera work. I wanted to put elements of old film into my movie that's new, so I decided to use a filter that would really reflect that this is from the 90s and that you can really tell that it's from the 90s by using that camcorder style of film. Also, with my representation part of the film, I did want to talk about skaters. So a lot of the times when we think of sports, the first thing that comes to our mind is like football, soccer, basketball, baseball, those types of sports. We never think of skating. Skating is like on down the list. Some might even debate whether skating is a sport or not. And so I really wanted to challenge that, and I wanted to say, yes, skating is a sport, skating is fun, skating is competitive, skating's really cool. I feel like there's not enough recognition for how hard skaters work. They go through so much, they put in so much time, so much effort to learn all that they do. Also with that, they get injured really easily. If you go up to somebody and you ask, hey, can you name 3 skaters? They're gonna be like, I have no clue. They're gonna say Tony Hawk, and they're not gonna say a single other name. But then if you go up and ask somebody, hey, can you name like 3 football players, they're immediately going to know right off the bat who they're thinking of. So I feel like having this recognition and representation of skaters is really important and something I really wanted to put into my film. Also, by allowing my main character to be a skater, I feel like it inspires other people to go out and try skating or to learn more about the skating world, whether they want to skate or not. They want to look up these people, they want to look up crazy tricks, crazy YouTube videos. I remember when I got more into skating, I'm a horrible skater, but I find skating so fascinating. There's so much that you can do, and the way gravity works and all the science part of it and all the passion that people have for the sport, and I find it very interesting, and I wanted to put that into my film. Do you have any more questions for me? There were a few things that I did to kind of engage with my audiences. So my main audience here in my film is a younger crowd, so I'm thinking like high school teenagers to like young adults in that area. Right now the cool era is the 90s, and I feel like a lot of teenagers are really into that, but also the kids who were born in the 90s, also the people who were even born in the 80s. So I feel like it just, so many different people can relate to this movie, and even in the small things, just like the time period that it was supposed to be based around. Also, it's a coming of age film, so typically that is for teenagers, but it features a lot of trendy, cooler skater music and cool clothes and cool costuming and cool setting, and just such a cool concept that I feel like so many teenagers these days would really enjoy. Skating is so fascinating, and I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only filmmaker who actually believes that, and I feel like so many other people agree that like skating is so cool, and especially people my age. Also, another big thing that I wanted to focus on was an overall theme of finding yourself, because this is a coming of age movie. Finding yourself is obviously a theme in so many different coming of age films. I also wanted it to be a theme in mine. I feel like this is something everybody can relate to. And like especially people who've already found themselves, but also people who are still finding themselves. So that's such a wide range of ages and types of people that I feel like so many people can relate to my film. Also, to answer the second part of that question, I want to stay away from more like generalized spending too much money on like promotions such as like TV or like billboard ads and stuff like that. And I wanted to put a big focus on social media, because people don't understand the impact that social media can have on a film or on a piece of media. It's extremely impactful. I myself have worked as a social media manager for a concert venue before, and I feel like seeing how much can be done through just social media, just going through that through my own like volunteer work, I think it really helps in conveying how I want to follow through with my own film. So I definitely want to use social media. Because my audience is typically younger people, 46% of social media users are actually under the age of 18, and so that's typically anywhere from probably the ages of 12 to 18, which is exactly what I want to target here. And so I think it's actually perfect that we target this, because why wouldn't we take advantage of it? Especially because it's so much cheaper these days. It can be free. It can be completely free, and it's such a way to save money on marketing, but also get it out to so many people internationally and such a wide audience. Also with that, I really want to focus on TikTok. TikTok is so impactful. I know I myself can spend hours scrolling on there because I think it's just such an interesting app. But the keyword skating has 7.4 billion views alone, and I feel like this just shows how popular the word and the sport and all of it is, which I think will have an insane impact on my movie. With TikTok, I also want to talk about celebrity influence, which I would want to do across all platforms. I'm talking Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and having some of our bigger stars in our movie to come on and be in our advertisements, because I feel like people see their favorite celebrity and they immediately say, okay, I want to know more about what this is. I want to see the movie. I love this celebrity. Why wouldn't I want to go see it? When Uncharted and Chaos Walking came out, I know Tom Holland was a big reason that the movies did as well as they did. And so I feel like having some kind of celebrity impact and influence on our movie would be really, really impactful. Lastly, I would also make a little Instagram ad and poster for my movie, and I would try to push these out on all of our social media platforms.